So why are the halls of Amenti such a special place? Well, the fun thing is you don't have to take my word for it. You can go and find out for yourself, and it is a discovering for yourself. For me, it is a very multidimensional place. It has many, many aspects. First and foremost, it is the heart of the earth. It is her sacred heart, and a part of us is connected to that at all times. We just want to more consciously connect with it now. In her heart is a sacred fire, and that fire, it is the fire of purification, where everything that is not truly real, that is not truly life, melts away and dissolves for what it is, and that is just simply an illusion. All duality ends here. We let it go. We let it go back into the fire. All of the judgments, all of the attachments that we have that are not us, we can let go of the wrong and right and the good and the bad and the light and the dark, and in this space we can just simply be. It is also the fire of creation as well as purification, and all life is birthed out of this fire. It's like the fire in our own hearts, which we create from, and we are the freedom to create anything that we want. Our manifestation around us is just a reflection of the choices that we have made to birth out of this fire of creation, and we want to be in awareness of what we are creating from. We stand in this fire and we can create all of our love and all of our joy and all of our in all of our connection to all other life. And from that is where we're going to start birthing our new paradigm that is just waiting for us to step into and claim and give life to in this fire. So I travel to Amenti and to many places as a cosmic explorer through a method that I call bilocation. And there are many techniques that you can use to bilocate. Everybody has their own way, and everybody naturally has to follow their inner guidance of how they do this. For me, it's been a process of evolving it and growing that skill. So for me, when I bilocate, my greatest tool is empathy. And wherever it is that I'm traveling to, I simply call in the essence of that. So for the sun, for instance, you just lock in on the resonance of the sun. You feel how the sun feels. You start seeing through the sun's eyes, and that likeness and similarity will actually make a cosmic draw of the sun to you and you to the sun. You tend to meet in the middle, which is why we go through I go through, my heart space. It is not only my shield of protection, it is the connection to the all in the space of the here and now, and it all takes place here. So when I travel to Amenti, I bilocate there, and how do you know when you're there? When you're more there than here. That's the only way that I can describe it. And I lock in on the frequency of Earth's heart, and I find myself there with her. This is something that I think that all humans should know, because we all have this capability. We are not trapped here. Now we are free to move anywhere, anytime, by simply going through our heart space. And it's very important today in the awakening movement, or the truth movement, I like to call it. There are some traps that we have to avoid that when we are going through our waking up process. And of course, everybody has their path to follow, and the trail of breadcrumbs might lead through being trapped for a while, and then we wake up to a new understanding and we can move past that. But one of the things that we can get stuck in is the information, or I like to call it the intel drip feed, where we're relying on outward sources to bring us information about what's going on planetarily or galactically, and we tend to give others the authority to tell us what's happening when we have our own power to check things out for ourselves. And this is the skill that we're trying to develop. This is the awakened human DNA, and we don't have to rely on those outside sources anymore. They're good. Information is good. They might spark a remembrance for us, and help guide us on our own inner path. But it's when we become dependent on it that we can get stuck there for a while. It's about developing a trust for your own inner truth to be your guidance, and not give our power away to anyone else. We've been misled by this many, many times in many different ways. And although we can spark each other's remembrance, and sharing information can be extremely helpful and beneficial, it is when we create this dependence on it that we're giving our power away yet again. And it's time that we reclaim that and build that trust in your own inner knowledge, and connect with that true essence that is you, who already knows all of the answers. And where do you find that? You find it here in the heart. Way for me to enter into the halls of Amenti, to get the clearest, fullest understanding, is to enter with a posture of complete surrender and letting go. to be the humblest being that I can be, to be in the full service of the all and allow it to flow through me, and at the same time rising up in my own power and acknowledging that this world is just a reflection of my own creation, my thoughts, my feelings, and my actions are the fuel of creation. And it is in this acknowledgement of standing in my own power of creation that we are allowing the all to work through us. It is both at the same time. Is the Hall of Records. And not only is this our history and how we can understand what has happened here, it is a way to reclaim ourselves. All of our soul sparks from all of our past incarnations are stored here, even though they may be experiencing somewhere else at this point in time. They are never lost, and an essence of them is still there. It is almost in a way that they are slightly unfulfilled. They didn't complete their mission. They didn't wake up. It has always been the mission to realize what we have created, to wake up in this dream and to start to reclaim our power. And we, for thousands and thousands of incarnations, have given away our power. And this time we get to claim it back. And we can do that. We can command with love that all of those pieces come back into alignment with us in the here and now, that we are fully present. And there is a higher realm as well, where we are all fully connected and awakened, and it is with that energy of the above and below that we can pull the frequency of this wholeness and higher dimension and this fragmented self down here, and we can pull it all up, and we meet in the middle. We meet in the here and the now, and we pull it all back into alignment. So it is there are things to do here, and we can read the records when we can connect with that space. We can see through the eyes of our past incarnations. We can see how they felt. We can empathize with what they went through. We know them. They are us. And we can also go to another perspective of having the Earth's overview of the whole thing. She tends to have a more neutral perspective. Everybody brings in their own perspective. And the closer you get to the truth, the closer you are to the middle, which is the sacred neutral. And Earth holds that perspective for us. She has always protected our sacred history in this way. And even above and beyond that, we can go to the sun's perspective. We can go to the galactic sun's perspective, and we can read the records that are also stored there for us. So there's work here to be done. There's reintegration and realignment and reclaiming of yourself, reclaiming of knowing yourself and claiming your wholeness, your sovereignty, your liberation, And all the power that we have given away in the past, it's time to claim it all back. And we get to do that here. It can be understood, however, that here it is everywhere as long as you're in your heart. But doing this consciously with Earth is a very empowering thing, and I would like to offer for all to experience it with her through her eyes. The halls of justice. And we're talking about natural justice, balance, harmony. This is where we get to take anything that we feel has infringed on us or done us harm, and Earth herself presides here, and she mediates for us. It can be understood that we can command justice in a way to say, I do not accept any more of illusion in my life, and whatever illusion is in that person who has harmed you, can see some, ramifications from that. It's possible that the illusion must cease at that time. But what I have found in the halls of justice is it's more about forgiveness, and it is such a big part of everything. And when we stand and we face somebody who we perceive has done them wrong, or done us wrong, or that we have done them wrong, our greatest power is the power of empathy, and we can understand and we can empathize and we can see that that was not their true essence that was wronging us. That is not who they are. They have fallen victim to the same trap that we have all been imprisoned in, and we can let it go and we can forgive. And when we forgive, we are freeing part of ourselves. I don't know about anybody else, but when I hold things in non-forgiveness in my heart, it just makes me miserable. And I would much rather let it go and forgive and understand and learn from it. And empathy is our greatest tool, and it is forgiveness is the magic that happens. And so there's work here to be done as well. We can bring things that do not feel right with us, that we say, no, I am not going to take this, I am not going to tolerate this anymore. And we can say that, and we can declare it in the halls of justice. Say, I am not going to participate in this insane and backwards global catastrophe we have created anymore. I refuse. I declare that I am free from this, and I pull my authority back, and I stand up in my own empowerment. And that, to me, is what the halls of justice is all about. It's declaring justice for yourself, and allowing yourself to be free from anything that you wish to no longer carry. The halls of justice is where we get to break the karmic debt cycle that has been trapping us here, and we break those ties, allowing whoever to move on in their own free will creation, and allowing us to move on in our own free will creation. We are no longer indebted to each other and destined to keep meeting again in this incarnation cycle that has trapped us all on this planet. We knowingly break these ties, we settle the debt, and we allow them to go free in their own separate way, never destined to repeat the same cycle again. It's a beautiful thing to me, and we can do this for anything that we feel like we have harmed someone intentionally or unintentionally, and even whether they physically acknowledge this, the debt can be broken, and allow ourselves to be free of the blame and the guilt and the shame that keeps us coming back to realize, there are just so many higher understandings here, and we've been playing these roles out for each other to wake each other up, and we can be grateful for the service that we have done for each other in doing this. There's no reason to hold each other in unforgiveness anymore. We just simply hold it in understanding and be grateful for the roles that we have played, trying to wake each other up to this. Another really cool aspect of Amenti is the portal. And the first time I walked into the halls of Amenti, it's the first thing that I saw. And it was very, very humbling. And I felt it was so sacred, and I didn't want to disrupt this portal in any way. It felt somewhat dormant at the time, and it was shown to me, told to me, understood by me that this is the portal to our sun, to the galactic sun, to the universal central sun, and beyond. It is the connection to all. It is also, well, we'll get to that later. So, this can also be known as the Ascension Portal. It is the way out of here. Any event that is starting on this planet comes through here first. It always starts from the inside out. So I was wary of interaction with the portal, only because I knew it involved the ascension process for Earth and for humanity. In this understanding, I understood that the portal was to be activated, reactivated, re-enlivened. But with the stipulation that it be activated to Earth's full wishes for ascension, whatever that means to her. And I am with her, and I am on her side. However, whenever she chooses, it shall be done. So, what this portal needed were human soul codes. And it was in stepping to this portal as a representative of the human race, for all that we are, for all that we don't know that we are, and stepping into our full potential, that we were able to step into this portal and reactivate it and allow the light to start shining in. With the incorporation of a new, evolved humanity who has reclaimed their true essence, who has seen through the illusions here, who can look in the face of every human being on this planet and see their essence, see the face of God and all, and to bring it all together into harmony. And it is time for each of us to take that sacred step into this portal and stand there and give your own unique vibration and frequency to add to the energy of this portal. It is the harmony of us all, and we are all welcome here, and we are in cooperation with it. It needs us and we need it to move on. So we stand in this sacred space, and everybody takes their own uniqueness and their own truth, and we stand there and we hold that space for all of humanity to join us when they are ready. Another really amazing aspect of Amenti is acknowledging that it is the master control room. There is a free energy system that once ran this planet. It is combined with different places on the planet, all fractally connected back to Amenti. Thousands of years ago, this was overrun and corrupted. The energy was unaligned and misused and disrupted. It was used to power the grid matrix system that we now find ourselves in. It is now time to unlock the master control room and allow the grid to fall. We can do this in Amenti. We can do this from several other locations as well. There are control room sites placed around this planet, and we can go to those sites and claim them back for humanity. Allow the energy to start reflowing back into its natural pathways. And when we do this, not only is the grid going to fall, But the new energy system, the old energy system, the one that has always been there and has been suppressed, is going to start functioning in its full capacity again. And there's some understanding here that, yes, the control rooms, the master control room, and all of them have been locked. It is the deepest understanding to know that we were the ones who permissioned the locking of the control rooms. And we gave the authority to hold the keys to the ones that I happen to call the key holders. They are not good, they are not bad. They are, they've been put in an awful position. They've had to align with the dark because it has been their only way of communicating, since we have not been ready to communicate with them. They hold these keys in trust for us until we can reclaim our independence, our power, our key within. And once we do that, they will gladly and gratefully hand them back to humanity. I am a key holder, and so is everybody else. We have always had this key. It's like it's been in our pocket the whole time. I happened to notice that I had a key in my pockets, and it was with this intention and understanding that I went to Amenti, and Earth mediated an arrangement. She set a time and she set a place. The place was Amenti for a meeting with the key holders, a peace negotiation, if you will, a truce. And I went humbly and gratefully to this meeting on behalf of humanity. My husband and I went as representatives of the human race at this time, and we presented our keys. And the key holder who met with us was so grateful. She just merged with us, and together we were the key. See, they had a key and we had a key, and we had to use them together at the same time to activate them. And every human on this planet gets to do this. You can do it in your own way, in your own time, but there gets to be a key ceremony where you unlock the key. You unlock the door that's always been holding you back with your sacred key. And we not only get to do this collectively, we get to do this together as well. And we get to keep in mind, these are the steps in the etheric plane. This is the morphic field creation. This is what creates it all. This gives it the push, and us talking about it gives it an even greater push into the physical manifestation. But someday, and hopefully someday soon, we will get to walk through these steps collectively, together, in the physical. We have created this as a morphic possibility And more people are going to be able to start awakening to this as a possibility. And then it comes as an idea, and it comes as an urge, and it comes as a push, and it comes as a new vibration. And everything is created in this way. It's no different than anything else. And this is how we manifest it into the physical. So while this is a first step, it is a very important step, and we all get to take part in it. We just get to recognize the very important role that human beings have to play in the liberation of this planet. We have we seem to be waiting for someone to intervene or rescue us, and whether that be from above or below, or however, we just say, please get us out of this, take us away. And it's really quite a distraction, because most of the really good guys out there are very neutral and have a non-interference policy anyway. And why they are waiting for us to claim our own power. There's going to be a happy reunion one of these days, but they're not here to save us or rescue us. Our liberation is up to us, and we have the power to do that. The power is in our hearts, and when we claim our liberation back and stop waiting and rise up in the truth of who we are, that is when we will see a difference on this planet. And when we all can take responsibility how we have individually contributed through either just passive permissioning or our direct thoughts, our actions, and our feelings, that we can recognize, well, if we're feeling stuck and we keep feeling stuck, then that is what we're going to create more of, is this feeling stuck. But if we feel empowered and we feel our liberation now, that is when we will see a change in the physical here on this planet. It starts from here and goes out, and we get to do this individually and collectively. So for more understanding about the halls of Amenti, not only do we get to go there and explore it for ourselves and let it unfold its secrets and its mysteries to us about, recognizing the pure essence of love that we all really are, but we can see the emerald tablets. And for me, the emerald tablets have been a source of confirming my own inner knowing. It's like, I read them years ago, and although it resonated with me some way and I thought it was fascinating, I didn't understand, and I couldn't understand what it was saying. But since having the journeys to Amenti, every time I wanted to confirm my own inner knowing, I would refer to the emerald tablets and be drawn to that specific passage that I was looking for, and it's amazing. It was always there saying, yeah, you're right on. And I think the journey to Amenti in Toth's description is simply his own bilocation journey that he documented for all of us. And we're grateful that that resource has remained intact and uncorrupted as well as Amenti itself. So another thing that we can look at for a lot of clues and hints is the Lord of the Rings. It was a great understanding for me, and we're all drawn to this movie, and it resonates with all of us, and some of us just don't know why, but the whole story is there. And it was in understanding the truth of that story that really laid the path to Amenti for me wide open, that I could see things from a totally different perspective, as in the metaphors there, the ring being a symbol for all of the illusion that we have created in this world that is not real, that is not life, that is not love. If it's not love, it's not real. And although we kind of make it real and play out in the physical reality, but in truth it is not. And the ring symbolizes all of this, the duality of our egos, and how it all works from the inside out. And we're all on this mission up this quest, this mission up the steep mountainside to return the ring to the fire in which it was created, which is the fire of our hearts. And it is where we make, and it is where we unmake, and all illusion dies here. Not life and love itself. It reveals the true essence. And Aragorn claiming that sword back, putting aside the ranger, becoming the king, the master, the one who sees through it all. And in that we have the power to unite. And in reclaiming his sword, he was reclaiming also the fragments of the lost souls of the past at the same time, and incorporating them back into the here and now. So we can see a lot of symbology there. I could go on and on and on for hours, but there are many resources out there, and of course we all just have to follow our own inner guidance and get to know this special place for ourselves and make it a part of our home, and embrace it for a part of us. The path to Amenti. I've been on the path to Amenti my whole life, and probably for many lifetimes. It seems like there was no other place my path could lead me this time around. I needed to end up here, and it was that inner fire and drive that got me here. And every experience, every key piece of information, every little puzzle piece, every little truth and higher understanding, every awakening to who I was meant to bring me here. And I am grateful for this opportunity. Amenti is the place to sing your song. Take you with you. It is the place to sing of liberation. When I go, I take the voice of every musician, every liberator out there, every artist, every person who's ever felt stuck or trapped here. I take it all, and I try to bring it all with me. that essence. And not only that, but it's the essence of the whole trillions and trillions of souls that are now there waiting for us to reclaim them and incorporate them back into consciousness of here and now. They are humanity. They are us. I hear music in Amenti. I bring in my favorite bands to play. I bring in 30 Seconds to Mars and Incubus, and the place rocks. There is a party here, and all are invited to join. This is where it's starting. This is where it all came from. And I know that everybody is going to see it in their own unique and special way. And we want to hear about it. We want to hear what you have to share. We want to hear about your personal journey. We want to hear all the new realizations that you come upon. One of the things that I've realized recently is Amenti is also the Hall of Mirrors. It's going to show you your true reflection. And just knowing that, if it doesn't feel exactly right or like your space at first, it's always check the reflection, know what you're bringing with you. And for me, it was a lot of forgiving to be able to get to this sacred space. But it's going to reflect to you whatever you bring with you. But also know that your true essence is always with you as well. And that's what we get to realize. We get to see and resonate with and accept the trueness of who we are. So I hope everybody enjoys their journey, and this is just another step in the path, but it's special, and I think you will see why. Blessings and love to all, and I look forward to co-creating a new reality of dream, a new reality, a new dream of love and harmony and balance on this planet with all of you.